Obviously, Lyndon has seen something different, has had to do something different.
Yeah.
Instinct, he's a fighter, his right hand's hurt, he's popped the right hand. Like you said, Yarde's in shock now.
The reigning and defending Commonwealth light heavyweight champion, Lyndon King Arthur.
Good shots, good
Oh,
shot.
good right hand, and that is stunned Soldier. He's in real trouble again.
Yo guys, so we're the Purists and we're here with a special guest this week. We've got Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good. How you keeping? How's your Christmas over lockdown as well?
Yeah, it's been all right. It's been okay, you know, bit of family time and whatnot. A little bit of a celebration. That's about it, really.
Obviously, before we talk about the obvious, I want to take it back to where it all started. You grew up in Manchester, right?
Yeah, Manchester, North Manchester, Moston.
How's that going up? Because from London, what we know Manchester as Gunchester. So can you talk about that just fair enough?
It's just normal, innit? It's just, you know, on the estate, doing estate things. A lot, you know, Manchester, Moston's not that bad an area.
Yeah.
If you live there, I'm sure there's a few people from out of Moston that would say Moston's dangerous or Moston's been dangerous or it's not so high end, so to speak. But it was home, so it was all right.
Obviously, you've got boxing in your family. So how young was you when you first started picking up the gloves?
I'd probably say the first time I picked up the gloves, I was about 5 or 6, but that was one time only. Apart from messing about in my house with my brother's gloves and whatnot. But other than that, that's about it. And then after that, I was probably about 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't start boxing early. Started at about 18.
No, that's mad. I would have thought you started young because obviously you got in the family. Was you watching boxing young?
I was watching it, always watching it, but in regards to being in it, my brother took me to the gym once for a spy. He thought I was going to get beat up, and he ended up beating up the kid. But apart from that was it. I got back into the gym about 17, 18. I had my first amateur fight at 19. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's mad because usually when guys start late, that's normally the kind of guys who are physical, like brawlers, just they can walk through people. It's not normally the technical guys where your best weapon is the jab. So how did you...
This is what I'm saying. He say it's in the blood. So, you know, it just naturally flowed through there into my left arm.
As you said, the area you grew up in wasn't the best of areas. So how did you stay on the right path and not go down the wrong path that a lot of your friends went down?
Well, I wasn't always on the right path. You know, as I said before, like as an estate kid, it's easy to dibble and dabble in certain things of the estate. So I must say I was always there, but like eventually, I found boxing and I found the gym. The gym's only around the corner from my house. So when I'd found that, it took me a year or two to like actually like think about it as taking it serious and whatnot. So again, but they want to say when I found out, that's when I kind of started the life change kind of thing.
You and Zelfa Barrett are very close. Were you guys training from the amateur days as well?
Yeah. Both started boxing together. I think Zelfa's always been in and out of the gym from young. So he's a bit of a ringer. He's been there since younger, right? But then we both started like taking it serious and actually fighting around the same time. So I think Zelfa was about 16, 17 and I was 19 when I had my first fight. So yeah, but we started around the same time. We never moved clubs. Always the same trainer. Always been in the same club, so.
Yeah, that's good. You don't find that often for someone to be taken literally from first walking the gym, having your first fight, literally to the biggest fights of your career. How's that like?
It don't happen too often.
Yeah, it shows you how good of a trainer it is as well. But I remember Teddy Atlas and Freddie Roach. Obviously, they have their little beef, and Teddy Atlas like, just show me one trainer, one boxer you've got from the ground all the way to the top. There's even top
Yeah,
trainers like Freddie Roach. They can't even do those kind of things, innit?
yeah,
So
yeah. They get fighters ready made.
yeah, exactly.
We've been made from the Colliers and Mustang boxing gym, and it's like you say, like you see many fighters come and go in and out of many gyms, and we've been there and we stayed there throughout, regardless of any situation. Man, the gym wasn't popping as much. The gym wasn't as busy. To be fair, when the gym started again with the amateurs and whatnot, I think it was only me and Zelfa that was the only amateur boxers the gym had.
Yeah.
So that's how Colliers and Mustang we are in regards to that kind of thing.
So when you did decide to turn over, you became a pro. Of course, you had a decent amateur record, but you wasn't like Anthony Joshua or an Olympian who had all the backing behind him. You had to come on the small hall shows, selling tickets, I imagine. How was that grind there?
It's hard. It's hard. I fought for free sometimes. You know, there's been a time or two I fought for free or I fought for like less, you know, a small amount of money. But it's got me to this situation in this position, and I've been able to learn my craft, kind of, so to speak, on the professional role, kind of under the radar a little bit. So when I popped up, now everyone's like, "Well, where's he been?" You understand? Now I've had that like turning fight. It's like, oh, Lyndon, he's been kind of hidden. So really and truly, it's, you know, there's pros and cons to how I've come up, but I respect my own grind more because of the way I have. So it's completely fine.
Yeah, done it the hard way, innit? I remember on Instagram, one of the low-key pages, his name's Boxing Fan. He must have. I remember I was talking about all the light heavyweights, and it's like, there's this guy, he just signed to fight for called Lyndon Arthur. You need to go watch him. And then I watched you one time. You can see the jab, you can see the 1-2, and you can just tell, all right, this guy is going to be a problem, innit? Do you think it sort of benefited you where people didn't really know about you, and they probably underestimated you? Do you think that's helped you in a way?
I feel like in regards to where I am, to my Yarde fight, it did. I don't believe in any way, shape or form that Yarde thought I was ever going to catch you. And that's nothing, that's not wrong to think, because who looks at anybody? You don't really, when you're in front of people, you don't really look behind you to see who's chasing. You just constantly focused on what's in front of you, what you have to do going forward. So I get it, but at the same time, it's like kept me kind of, like I say, under the radar in regards to catching the boxers that was in front of me. Because now I'm there with them, with the fighters that was in front of me. I'm now the fighter in front as well. So it's probably helped a little bit in regards to that.
How did you get onto Frank Warren's radar, and how did you end up signing with him?
Zelfa turned pro first, and then I think Zelfa went with him first. And Pat has got a great relationship with Warren, because he promoted him many years ago when Pat was a pro, and yeah, he was just kind of following the footsteps of Zelfa, really.
Okay.
It was an easy move to make, kind of thing.
You had a fight with Emmanuel Lamine, I think his name was. That was for the Commonwealth title, wasn't it? How much did it mean to you when you won that fight and you had that belt around you?
Yeah, that my first major like domestic title against a tough opponent in him. And again, I had one arm in that fight as well, with my left arm this time. So, you know, to overcome that and actually get my hand on the title and win, it's a great thing. But again, stepping stones just to get to where I'm going to. Of course, every fight from there on out and from before then got me to that point. But obviously, all means the same. All means the same. Every fight a little bit more important than the other, but in the whole bigger picture, all means the same. It's all stepping stones for where I want to go.
Well, did you get more satisfaction out of winning the belt or defending it against Yarde?
the Yarde fight was always going to be more satisfaction than any of the other fights. Being it was, regardless of titles being on the line, that fight could have been just a 10-rounder. As long as I won that fight, that's all that mattered. The satisfaction from that fight, because now from that fight I can go and, do you know what I mean? Like I said, that was like a huge stepping stone rather than little stepping stones kind of thing. Because that's now put my name in the mix with the other light heavies that was getting put before me, and of course, a lot of more people have now know who I am. In regards to the boxing world, there was a lot of people that didn't really know, and I've said before, like I've got many messages of people saying, "Oh, I didn't really know who you was. I've not really watched you before. This is the first time I've seen you. I am now a fan." So, in regards to that, that's the, this was the most important.
So you're very humble, like, well, you're a respectful person, isn't it? And I think it was, most people thought you had hurt your right hand. Even online, people were saying before the fight, I don't know how someone noticed before the fight, but they said you've got a problem with your right hand. I hope it don't affect you.
Because it was in the changing room. Pat wanted me to throw a punch, and I kind of whispered to him, like, "No, I'll do that. I can't do that. Can't throw that punch." So that's why I think it was Dex Bell, Mr. Carl Greaves. He tweeted it because it got put on. I didn't even know the camera was there, and it got put live on BT.
Okay.
So that's why I noticed it.
How far in advance did you know that your right hand was messed up?
A couple of weeks before the fight.
Oh, sparring.
It's not sparring. I had the same operation with my left arm. It's just a case of wear and tear kind of thing. I need some bone shaving off in my right arm. It's the same thing happened to my left arm before the Manuel Nim fight.
Okay. I was gonna say, after the fight, you didn't really want to talk about how your hand was hurt until you saw obviously how the other side were acting. What was it that made you not want to say that I just beat this guy with one hand?
Nobody. It's not like I beat him with one hand, but regardless, because it's like he's also going on about the robbery this, robbery that. It is what it is. I don't need to, because if I'd have lost, I would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have said nothing. So it's like, I'm not gonna try and, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you think? Of course, he's saying if he would have pressed you earlier, he would have got you out of there. Or do you say to yourself, if I have two hands this time, it's going to be an even easier fight?
Right. See about that, yeah. If he'd have pressed me earlier, he'd have got me out of there. Why didn't he do that? Just answer me that question. Why didn't he? Because we all know before the fight, it was, I'm going to knock Lyndon Arthur out. Yeah, that's it. Don't blink. I'm going to knock him out. Tundi was saying I'm going to knock him out. We're going to knock Lyndon Arthur out. They live off knocking people out. We don't train. You'll hear him say, these aren't my words. Yeah. We don't train for points. Yeah? We train to knock people out. That's it. That's what he was going to do to me. He was just going to walk through me like I wasn't even there. That's the vibe I got. Yeah, like I'm just not even, I shouldn't even be in the ring with Andy Yarde. That's how he was going to walk through me. So why didn't he do that?
It's not that easy, is it? When you're fighting those other, that's the thing with Yarde. When you're fighting those other guys, you can maybe get away with it. When you're fighting someone who's a solid boxer,
yeah, you can't just, because, and this is what you got to understand, yeah. They've been saying, I've heard they've been saying, someone's told me they've been saying, I didn't make him fight like that. He wanted to fight like that. Why? Because for your 19 other fights, you've not fought like that. You've knocked everyone out, and you're about entertainment. That's what they said to me. Lyndon's my fight against Dex Bellman was boring because I didn't knock him out. Now he wants to go and do a 12-round fight with me. It don't make sense what you're saying. You're contradicting everything you live for. You're contradicting in the lines in the camp. You're contradicting yourself. How can you? Oh, we beat Dex Bellman better. We knocked him out. I got the knockout. We knock people out. I'm about knockouts. All right, sweet. You didn't knock me out. No, you didn't knock me out. You couldn't knock me out. Because guess what? You hit me with one of your best shots, two of your best shots, and three of your best shots. You hit me with a good clean right hand, but you knocked most man out with. You hit me with another good clean right hand in about the 8th or 9th, and you hit me with one more clean right hand in the 12th round when really I was supposed to be tired. You hit me hard. When I was throwing the shot, you didn't knock me out because you wanted to knock me out. So I don't care for what I don't really care for what he has to say or what he thought. That's like me saying, all right, see, well, if I had a right hand, I'd have knocked you, I'd have put you to sleep. It is what it is.
I think. Did you see his recent YouTube video that he put out?
Nah, I've seen people sent me, but I've not watched it. I've not had time to watch it.
He said he's watched the fight a few times, and after talking to like people in the game, he's now admitted he's taken back saying that was a robbery, and I was just saying it was a close fight. He still thinks he won it, but he understands that it was a close fight. But what he has said is they're gonna take things and learn. Like he doesn't even know if Tunde is gonna be his coach for the next fight.
That's fine.
Makes no difference
for me.
What if?
No difference for me.
Well, wouldn't worry if he had a new coach and come back like a completely different fighter.
Makes no difference to me. I can change. That's not the only way I can fight. But I that fight there, it's mad, yeah. So I've heard a couple people called the fight boring, yeah. It was a boring fight, which it probably was a bit of a boring fight. Did they want me to stand in the middle of the ring with Yarde, who's such a ferocious puncher, who likes to work mid to close range, and fight with him? Is that what I was supposed to do? Was I supposed to go in that ring and fight Yarde's fight? Is that what I was supposed to do?
No,
it's not. That wasn't my game plan ever. That was never going to be my game plan. And funnily enough, everyone knows that. Like, you knew what I was going to do. Just the same way I knew you was going to do, because you told me a million times you're going to knock me out. So, yes. But I can change and I can fight. See, I don't think he can box like me. I don't think he can try to do that. I don't think he can. Anyone can go and have a fight, have a bit of a scrap. I'm tough. I'm tough just like he is. So I can do, if needs to be, I can do that, and I'm fit for 12 rounds. He's not shown that yet in winning. Sorry, winning, because he's been in there with me for 12 rounds, but he's not shown he can win a fight over 12 rounds yet. So I can do that. I've done it 3 times. Yeah,
and that one, it wasn't really a hard pace. You looked comfortable for every round. You didn't look like you really got out of second gear.
Exactly, comfortable, and like I keep saying, if he can put it on me from the very beginning, if he can do that to me, come and do it. Come and put it on me from the off. Come and get me out of there in the first round. The gas tank, it's not there.
That's what I said on the podcast as well. If you watch him after 7 rounds in whatever fight, his mouth is completely open. I don't think he has.
It's not there.
Yeah.
It's not there. My eye can.
Have you had any word or any idea of when the rematch is going to be?
No idea. I've got to have an operation first and foremost. Soon as the new year's out. And I'll probably have a fight or 2. That fight, that's fight again. It's down to my team around me, and I know what's best for me. And when that fight will happen again, I don't know. I just train hard and win. That's why I do what I'm paid to do, really, and they do what they're paid to do. So that's nothing to do with me.
Let's say you win the rematch, everything's successful. Where do you want to take your career next? What are the next steps in your career?
After another fight with Yarde?
Yeah.
My dream as a boxer has always been to be a world champion, and that's why, even though this is a massive thing that I've just done in regards to beating Yarde, it's not. I know it's not. I can't be super happy or super like, oh, this is it now, because it's not where I want to be. In fact, it's nowhere near where I want to be. I want to be a world champion. So that's when I'll be happy.
We have this discussion a lot on the podcast where it's like even you look at Anthony Yarde, before he fought Kovalev for that world title, he hadn't really been tested or fought any high caliber opponents. It's like there's domestic fighters like yourself, Buatsi, Callum Johnson, etc., where if he would have taken those fights first, we would have seen what he was really capable of. before he stepped up to the world title. How do you feel about clearing out the British scene that's so heavy and then moving forward after that?
Yeah, it's definitely. Personally, I'd love to do that. Again, like, but at the same time, if it had been in Yarde's position, would have done the same thing. You know, he's been managed well. He's been promoted well. He's got the followers. He's got the following. He's probably been paid quite a lot of money in the sport, which is what we all want to do, really. We all want to be paid enough to mum a house, kids a house. You know what I mean? So, and he's probably done that. So you can only congratulate him, and again, a lot of fighters in the same boat as him would have done the same thing. So, I can't say he's done wrong by not clearing up domestically first, but he probably would have put. But at the same time, he's not a shot fighter now. He can still, you know what I mean? He can still do that. He can still come back and clear, because he's not a bad fighter. He's a great fighter, you know. But probably doing the domestic route would have been a little bit better for his experience, and probably would have put him in better stead for the Commonwealth fight if that happened. But you can never pass up on a opportunity. You can never pass up on opportunities that you should be grabbing with both hands. Because if he won the Commonwealth fight, we'd be sat in having a different conversation. In fact, we probably wouldn't even be speaking, because I would have never fought Yarde. So you can never pass up on them kind of things.
What about for yourself though? Would you rather be fast tracked or take those tough fights first?
I just believe in what's supposed to happen will happen. So regardless of what happened, mine and Yarde's career now, you would say because I beat Yarde, my career is going better. But then he's probably earned 10 times the amount of money I have. Balance. What do you choose? Do you choose? It's like two paths. What do you choose? What I've done, or would you choose the money, or would you the money first, faster, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
So I don't know. And that question is a hard question. I don't know. Because Yarde's still, even though Yarde's lost twice, he's lost to Kovalev, and he's lost to me. Kovalev's a ex-world champion, or is a world champion, and I believe I can be one. So it's not exactly off for any idiot. So being fast track probably wasn't a bad thing for him, and me being slow track probably is not a bad thing for me. So it just depends what you like, really.
Let's say the whole COVID situation gets better. Fans are allowed back. I'm guessing you'll be a big draw at Manchester. What's the chances of getting Bugsy Malone to walk you out before a fight?
A high possibility.
You ever spoke to him about it?
No, we've not had that conversation, but I know we might have had one conversation about it, but I'm sure that, it's definitely something that I could do.
I think both of you have brought a lot of attention to your city, and obviously he does it in rapping, you do in boxing. You and Zelfa, I've seen you guys. You got big fan bases out there as well.
Yeah, man, we getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. You can't ignore talent for too long.
Yeah, 100%. Now I wanted to talk to you about that as well. What talented prospects that you've been around that probably don't get as much attention as they deserve, do you think is next up?
There's a couple of kids out of my gym that are good. Connor Ward, Callum Burton, but again they're coming up just like I came up on the small horse shows. Understand? It was it's a kid that aspired for this fight called Wickham King. He's good. There's a Scouse kid from Liverpool called Dexter, decent kid. But again, these are all on the small horse shows. You probably won't get to see them just yet until they build their careers like I did. Yeah, another kid aspired called Billy Dennis. Yeah, he was a kickboxer, world champion. He's a decent kid. He's not even had a pro fight yet. So again, like I said, these are just kids that haven't really made their mark yet, but they will do. and you will hear about them and see them.
Yeah, it's good. It's always tough getting from the small holes and just getting that recognition, isn't it? But you're seeing it more and more now, though.
You what?
Said you're seeing it more now, though. Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, they're signing a lot of fighters that have been normally on the small holes and bringing them back into the main.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It's probably what it's good for them, and it's good for what boxing needs, especially in this COVID situation. Because a lot of kids on the small hall shows, they haven't been getting any action at all.
Yeah.
So even if you're getting put in against 3 and 4 opponents, it's like, well, here's your chance. Go and take it. Go and show us what you got. And so it's giving people that haven't got a chance. You can't knock that.
Yeah, and get paid as well, innit? Because small hall shows, like you said, sometimes fight for free, innit?
Exactly. And it's hard to sell tickets. If you're not a ticket seller, what do you do? It's hard. You know what I mean? If you can't sell, if you can't cover your opponent, or you just about cover your opponent, a lot of promoters won't pay you as well. You know what I mean? They won't. You're not be able to pay and it's going to, don't forget, as in this sport, we as a business, we are the meat kind of thing. Like we're the promoter. Yeah, we're the product. We're the promoter's meat. And if you're not, and if you're costing me money now as a promoter, I might put you on one spot. Putting you on against, kind of. Do I really want to? Not a lot of promoters will put, because there is a lot of ticket sellers as well. So not a lot of promoters will put the time or the money into fighters that are not really. They might be good fighters, but if they can't sell tickets, then you won't. I mean, I know the good few fighters that have not been able to sell tickets that was actually good. I've had to retire from boxing because they can't work a job and box and feed the family, or you know what I mean. So again, you can't knock what the big promoters are doing, putting the lesser fighters on.
I was gonna say, can you name your top 5 fighters right now? Your favorite fighters. They ain't gotta be how good they are. Just your favorite guys to watch.
All around.
Yeah, all around. Anything.
First of all, I like Sonny Edwards. I like to watch Sonny Edwards. My friend also, so he might call me biased, but he's a great fighter to watch.
Style,
yeah, he has, and I couldn't imagine being. I feel like he'd be a frustrating fighter to fight against. You watch his style, so that's one.
Why don't you guys spar though?
Nah, me and Sonny catch. I catch him. I kill Sonny. I ever get the chance to land one jab on Sonny Edwards, trust me, I take it. Yeah. Then you got I like Terence Crawford.
Yeah, he's my favorite as well.
Yeah, Canelo. That's 3. I like Lomo, even though he just got beat. He was my favorite. He is my favorite of recent. Are we talking? Waxy?
Yeah.
I like Waxy. I like Waxy's a great fighter. I like it. Yeah, I like his style. He's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
He gets hit a little bit. If he throws it out, but he's constant. Yeah, he's a great fighter. Yeah, you could put Waxy in there. I do like watching him. It's entertaining.
Alright, you got anything you want to say to the fans? Any message on the part there?
Yeah, man, just thank you for the support, and thank you for any new fans that are now supportive of Lyndon. Just keep watching. It's going to be a fun journey to be on.
Thank you for doing this interview, bro. I appreciate that.
I appreciate your time as well.
No, thank you, bro. Purist Lyndon Arthur, and we're out.